Hi everybody, Bradley here with another quick movie review. This week, or this time, The Materialists. And my first impression is that it is a fraud. I was hoodwinked into this movie. I saw that, I don't remember which outfits had this rated by critics as an 8. And for some reason, there is a big disconnect with a lot of films right now between the audience scores and the critic scores. For example, Megan is not getting the respect from the critics, including me, that the audience is getting. It scored around a 80 or something, 85 with the audience, and like a 65 for the critics. There's this movie is hailed by critics. I have no idea why. This is a girls' movie, I think. I mean, you've got like two of the most sexiest men alive, probably ever voted for in People's Magazine, and Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal, who I love Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans I've never been a big fan of. I thought he was always just beefcake and couldn't really act. But he actually kind of impressed me a little bit. He showed some more of his human side, and he seems to be getting better over time. I cannot say that for Dakota Johnson. I don't know what this girl's deal is. She, she is beautiful to look at. She's eye candy for guys, but she is so flat, and as one review I read said was boring. She should have been cast in Companion as the robot Stepford wife. She seems to not be able to convey human emotion convincingly. Every time I watch her deliver her lines, it's like she's a robot. She's just reading them or memorizing them and spitting them back out and not embodying any of the emotion that's going on. It's like somebody had to tell her to feel sad when she lost her client because her client. Oh, spoilers! Spoiler alert! This review has some spoilers. So spoilers. This movie, she, the main crisis of this movie is she's a matchmaker, and she matches women up with men or vice versa. And one of her clients, her most difficult client to match, is matched with someone who allegedly date raped her or tried to assault her in a bathroom after they had been out drinking. So she's all sad and upset about that, and she goes to try to confront the client, and of course the client doesn't want to speak to her. But I just, after all this, I just got up and walked out. I mean, it was so dumb. The fact that, how would you know? How would anybody know a dating service? They would have to go pull a criminal background check on all of their male clients or all their clients, period. Plus, do intensive research with their former lovers to find out, have they ever been violent? How do they act when they're drunk? A bunch of research. A company would have to have extensive research to be liable for something like that. So this client of hers is suing her company, and she feels really bad. She feels like she's bad at her job. And meanwhile, movie starts out with her saying that she's celibate, she's not interested in men and all this bunch of crap, when truthfully she's working as a matchmaker so she can peruse through the catalog of men and the men that she's recruiting to find her rich, handsome Prince Charming. And she finds that in Pedro Pascal. So she starts dating him, and all of a sudden her old flame, played by Chris Evans, comes into play. And of course, he's an out of work, down on his luck actor that's working as a caterer or waiter or whatever. And she tells you, or the movie tells you, on her second date with Pedro Pascal, how this is all gonna play out. That she and him, Pedro, aren't compatible. That he could do better than her, she tells him. And it's true. But she's going to give it a try because he's her perfect man, so to speak. Her, what every girl's looking for. Rich and perfect and great looking and no kids, no children, and I don't know what all. But the whole thing is just unbelievable to begin with. And then this whole crisis, she has an existential crisis because of this client being assaulted. And she is not convincing that she actually empathizes. They got her dressed up in an overcoat and a baseball cap to make her look slummy or something. Like she should be in her sweatpants or whatever. And I just walked out. The whole thing was stupid. And you know how it's going to work out because the girl in these type of rom-coms or romantic comedies, romance movies, she always ends up going with her high school sweetheart or whatever. And it's a disbelief. What woman would choose Chris Evans, this poor, broke, 30-year-old car-having guy, over Pedro Pascal? What girl in her right mind would choose him over Pedro Pascal? I don't know one. I don't know anyone that would choose Chris Evans over Pedro Pascal in this movie. It's just dumb. And Dakota Johnson's awful. She's terrible in everything I see her. But every time I go see something with her in it, I go, well, maybe she's going to act like a human being this time and not a robot that's just saying her lines. But that's not the case ever. I don't know if there's something wrong with her as a person or she's just a bad actress. Maybe both. I don't know. But I love Pedro Pascal, and he was great in this. Chris Evans surprised me. He was great in this. But why the critics raved about this movie, I have no idea. I don't know what these critics that they're posting on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb are seeing in these movies. I don't understand it. I really don't. But they'll be honest about Megan 2.0, or they'll be honest about Jurassic World. But they'll shill for the Materialists. I just don't get it. I'm giving this a 5 out of 10 because it's elegantly made. It looks great. It's great acting by the two guys, and she's gorgeous to look at, but it's just a mess. Girls, I don't know what to tell you on this one, but it would be nice to hear your feedback if you had something to say.